Here's the protocol that I used in order to get myself out of debilitating anxiety. And when I say debilitating, I mean I was completely incapacitated. Even something like figuring out what to eat or what to wear felt like a life-threatening event. It would spin me out and it would take me the rest of the day just to recover, just breathe. So I've intuitively pieced this stuff together, but it primarily comes from two resources. This book called Re-Regulated, highly recommend, and Holistic Life Navigation course. I'm not gonna get into the details of why these things work because this would make this video way too long. I'm just gonna tell you the things I did, and if you want me to go more into detail, I can make more videos about it. This stuff might seem common sense or like it's too simple to work, but at this point I didn't have capacity to do anything that wasn't simple, so it had to be simple, and I had to remind myself it's just like supplements. Every single take, you have to take it if you want to get better, otherwise it can knock the whole thing off course. So first thing, I stopped oversleeping because oversleeping can act as a depressant. So waking up at the exact same time every single day, regardless of how many hours of sleep you got. Next thing is no skipping meals because this acts as a stimulant. So I would eat breakfast within 30 minutes of waking up. Ideally, it would be very rich in protein. Next, I would eat beans and greens with every single meal, at least one serving of some sort of a green vegetable. And again, feeding myself was really, really difficult, so I would just buy cans of beans and I would eat beans and eggs and like a piece of broccoli, or I had my green powdered shake. Next, obviously no doom scrolling, even though this is the only thing that would bring me any joy, make me feel any better, but it appears to make you feel better, but it's actually making things worse down the line. That's why I call it an addiction, you know? So no screens after 8 p.m. or before 10 a.m. And I mean no screens at all, not even watching movies or anything. I wouldn't consume any movies or music or news, anything that was particularly triggering. I just kind of blocked that stuff out because I needed to heal my nervous system injury, and I didn't have the capacity to be receiving stressful triggers like that. Another thing, which you hear all the time, is journaling. I would journal ideally first thing in the morning, but not always necessarily. And I would journal 3 pages, and the last page I would always write out everything that I'm worried about, everything that I fear, and then I would surrender all those worries and fears to the higher power, to the divine, to anything out there, the universe. So really just getting everything off your chest. And even if it's repetitive every single day, I didn't even know I had these like really imaginative fears and scenarios that like where they even come from, but getting it all out on the page and then surrendering it offers this like very subtle relief. And then lastly, I would do the serenity prayer, which is, dear God, grant me the courage to change the things I can change. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference. Be well.